Hello everyone, I'm Rashmi Mangla. I'm working as an assistant professor for the BBA department of St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management. The subject that I'll be teaching today is Human Resource Management. This is our third lecture for Unit 1 of HRM. The topics that I'll be covering today are Human Resource Planning, Definition and Concept, Features of Human Resource Planning, Need and Importance of Human Resource Planning, Steps in the human resource planning process, and issues or problems faced in human resource planning. Now, when we talk about human resource planning, what comes to our mind? Now, human resource, we studied in our previous lecture. What is human resource? The manpower who's working in the organization is termed as human resource. Now, human resource planning is a kind of continuous process which goes on in the organization where we mainly deal with developing our human resources, updating their technical expertise, career planning of individuals, and we constantly keep on hiring human resources. It is a continuous process. Let's see the definition of human resource planning. According to E.W. Vetter, human resource planning is the process by which a management determines how an organization should make from its current manpower position to its desired manpower position. So it is a process by which a management tries to determine that how should it make from its current manpower position, that means the position of the manpower which is at present in the present time, and how can we move from the current situation to our desired position. Desired position means the position that we think of कि ऐसी हमारी organization में manpower होनी चाहिए. So that whole process is referred to as human resource planning. Now let's see the concept. Human resource planning is the continuous process of systematic planning to achieve optimum use of an organization's most valuable asset. Which is the most valuable asset? Human resource. The objective of human resource planning is to ensure the best fit between employees and jobs. That is, best fit means the employees who are best skilled for a particular job, they should be assigned at that job only. जिसके पास जो skill है, according to those skills only the work should be given to him or her. So the objective of HRP is to ensure the best fit between employees and jobs while avoiding manpower shortages or surpluses. Neither there should be shortage of manpower nor there should be surplus. बहुत extra में भी नहीं होने चाहिए. Alright. The 4 key steps of the human resource planning process are analyzing present labor supply. There are main 4 steps which we follow in human resource planning process. First step, analyzing present labor supply. At present, whatever is the supply, we first analyze it. Forecasting labor demand. We forecast the future demand. Future में कितनी demand हो सकती है. Balancing projected labor demand with supply. Then whatever is the supply and whatever is the demand, we try to balance them, we try to equalize them, and supporting organizational goals. At last, main motive is we have to support organizational goals. So that is what human resource planning mainly deals with. All these process steps are carried on while doing this process. Now let's see the features of human resource planning. Features of human resource planning are, first one, well-defined objectives. Now, human resource planning has its own objectives. For example, like developing human resources, updating their technical expertise, career planning of individual executives and people, ensuring better commitment of people, and so on. So, all these well-defined objectives it has, and its main feature is that the defined objectives are preset. Then only they can be achieved. So, that is the main feature, that human resource planning has got its well-defined objectives formed in advance. Then determining human resource needs, which is the second feature. Now human resource plan must incorporate the human resource needs of the enterprise. That means in our plan the need of the human resource should be mentioned, that what kind of human resources required, what kind of skills they should possess, how much human resources required, everything is already mentioned in the human resource plan. And the thinking will have to be done in advance so that the person are available at a time when they are required. And this thinking, this plan has to be made in advance so that as and when we require the human resource, the manpower, they are there. available. Now for this purpose, an enterprise will have to undertake now, in order to hire the manpower, what do? We undertake various processes. Which processes? Recruiting, selecting and training process. These all processes have to be carried out in order to hire the manpower. Then third feature is keeping manpower inventory. What is inventory? Inventory basically is stock. So just like, if we talk about a manufacturing concern, what do they keep with themselves? They keep with themselves stock of raw materials, stock of finished goods. Same way organization should have stock of manpower inventory. उनके पास manpower का stock भी होना चाहिए. So it includes the inventory of present manpower in the organization. The executive should know the persons who will be available to him for undertaking higher responsibilities in the near future. The executive in the organization, he should know that if there are some extra responsibilities that come up in future, so which people are there who are fit enough to delegate those responsibilities to them. किन लोगों के ऊपर हम responsibilities डाल सकते हैं and they will fulfill those responsibilities properly. So we should have that manpower inventory from the present manpower which is there in the organization. We should be aware of the capable ones. Then adjusting demand and supply. Manpower needs have to be planned in advance as suitable persons are available in future. If sufficient persons will not be available in future, अगर आगे जाके हमारे पास manpower available नहीं होगा, then efforts should be made to start recruitment process well in advance. If we think that in future we will not have the manpower, then before only we'll start the recruitment process. For example, like let's talk about a situation in a school, when it is the time of session end, so there are some teachers who are planning to leave the organization. So what the school authorities do is they start pre-planning in Jan and Feb only and keep on asking their their teachers that if there is anybody who is about to leave, just sign. They give a contract or something that you need to mention there that if you are leaving you have to tell us 1 month before, and so that they can plan up the things well in advance, so that it should not be like that the teachers are leaving in March and April tak there is no teacher available. So that is why things are pre-planned in advance, that if somebody leaves they should tell beforehand 1 month ago, so that in the meanwhile new ones can be hired. So same way, if sufficient person, we know that sufficient persons will not be available in future, so we have to make the efforts beforehand to carry on the recruitment process in advance. And the demand and supply of personnel should be planned in advance. So demand कि हमें किस subject में किसकी ज़रूरत पड़ सकती है, or maybe in which sector which employees require, that demand and supply process should be planned in advance. Then next one, creating proper work environment. That's also a main feature of your HRP. Besides estimating and employing personnel, besides doing the estimate of how many are required, besides employing the people, human resource planning also ensures that working conditions are created, that there are good working conditions for the people. Employees should like to work in the organization and they should get proper job satisfaction. That means the working condition should be such that employees are willing to work. They feel like working, they feel motivated to work, and they should get job satisfaction. If the working conditions are not proper, you will not feel like working over there, and the job satisfaction will not be there and you will not be happy working. So proper working environment should be there. So these were all the features of human resource planning. These are the key points, children. You can just jot down the points. Next we move on to need and importance of human resource planning. Now first one, forecast future personnel needs. Now to avoid the situation of surplus or deficiency, कि ना हमारे पास बहुत extra manpower हो, neither we should fall short of the manpower in future. So what is important? It is important that we plan the manpower in advance. Planning should be done beforehand. Forecasting should be done. Forecasting means future planning. So for this purpose, a proper forecasting of future business needs helps to ascertain our future manpower needs. If we forecast beforehand our business needs, So we will be able to get to know that what are our future manpower needs. So that means if maybe we require some extra, some extra employees in one department or in some other department, or maybe a new project is being taken up for which we need to hire people. So everything needs to be pre-planned in advance. Forecast needs to be done. So from this point of view, human resource planning plays an important role to predict the size of manpower in the organization. So human resource planning does an important role of predicting. What does it predict? It predicts the size of the manpower, that how much manpower is required in the organization. So this is the first importance. Second one is cope with change. Now human resource planning enables an enterprise to cope with changes in competitive forces. When we, human resource planning, it tells us, it basically helps us in coping up with the changes. Changes can be any, be it in the market, be it in technology, be it in product, be it because of the competition in the market, or because of government regulation. So if we have pre-planned things, we can cope up with these changes. And such changes generate changes in job content, skills demand. Maybe new technologies have come up, and the old workers who are working, they are not very fluent with those technologies, or maybe they are not well versed with those technological advancements. So we need to make new hiring done in the organization of the people who are technically skilled, who have the knowledge about the new upcoming technology. So changes generate job content, generate skill demand, and they also generate the requirement of human resources. Next one, creating highly talented personnel. Now since jobs are becoming highly intellectual and incumbent, getting fastly professionalized, human resource planning helps prevents shortage of labor caused by attrition. Now maybe people are just suddenly leaving their job. So human resource planning helps us in preventing that. Not only that, technology changes would further upgrade or degrade jobs and create manpower shortages. Maybe technology is changing. It might be that the job is upgrading and people don't want to work because they don't want to, skill up themselves, so they might leave. Or maybe it's like it's degrading. Maybe the organization thinks that its old employees are not fit enough and maybe it terminates them because it needs new one. So manpower shortages is likely to be created because of technical changes. And in these situations, only accurate human resource planning can help to meet the resource requirements. That means only if we have planned our human resource in advance, then only we can meet these upcoming requirements. So basically human resource planning is the answer to the problems of succession planning. When we just plan for the future, when we forecast things, so human resource planning plays an important role over there. Then protection of weaker section. Now a well-conceived personal planning would also help to protect the interest of the weaker sections of the society. Weaker sections include basically maybe the physically handicapped or children of socially oppressed and backward classes, or maybe the ones who belong to SC/ST groups. So any of those, they all belong to weaker sections, and human resource planning helps them to enjoy a certain percentage of employment. That means a certain percentage of employment is guaranteed to them, notwithstanding the constitutional provisions of equal opportunity with all. All the constitution gives us the equal opportunity for all, but then certain seats are reserved for people of weaker sections so that they also get opportunity to come up. Then international strategies. Now international expansion strategy depend upon human resource planning. That means if with growing trends towards global operation, the need for human resource planning becomes more important, as the need to integrate this whole planning process more closely into the organization keeps on growing. Now this is also because the process of meeting staffing needs from foreign countries. Staffing needs, maybe when like I have an organization whose branch is in India. Now I want to just expand the scope of my organization to foreign country as well. So I need to staff new people from the foreign country, for which again what is required? Human resource planning is required in advance to staff people from foreign countries also, because again it's a very complex process which has to be carried on. Then, foundation of personal function. Human resource planning provides essential information for designing and implementing personal functions. Now, what kind of personal functions? For example, recruitment, selection, personal development, training and development. So, all these personal functions, for all of them, the foundation is human resource planning. Only when we have planned our human resource, then only we can carry out rest of the functions. So these are our needs and importance of human resource planning. Why is human resource planning required? These are the reasons why it is mainly required. Now there are some steps that needs to be followed in human resource planning process. Step 1. Assess your current human resource capacity. That is first step. In order to begin with human resource planning, we first need to find out that how much is the capacity of human resource in our organization at present. Present में कितनी capacity है, on the basis of that only we can plan for the future. So start by looking at your current human resource state of play. This will involve analyzing the HR strength of your organization across factors including employee numbers, skills, qualifications, experience, age, contracts, performance, ratings, titles and compensations. So all these factors are the strength of the organization. They are the human resource strength of the organization. Now during this phase, it's a good idea to gather insight from your managers. We can gather the insight from the managers also, and who actually provide a real feedback on the human resource, because they are the ones who are personally connected with the people, employees, and on the human resource issues which they face, as well as the areas where the managers feel changes are required. So everything, the main information we can get from the managers. So this is how we assess the current human resource. First step, we assess the human resource. Then step 2, we forecast future HR requirements. How much human resource is required for the future? We try to forecast it. We try to plan the future needs. So next step, you will then need, once we have assessed our present human resource, next will be, you will then need to look at the future human resource needs of your organization and how human resources will be applied to meet these organizational goals. So we'll have to see that what are the needs of the organization and how can we apply these human resource in fulfilling our organizational goals. HR managers will typically look at the market or new technologies that could automate certain processes as well as industry analysis in order to gauge future requirements. So basically HR managers will look at the market or the technologies, or the process which needs to be carried on in the organization and for which we require the future human resource. Maybe some new technology has come up and nobody in the organization is well versed with the technology. So we will have to hire a new person from outside who is technically skilled and who can even make the other employees skilled, who can provide maybe training to other employees. So for this, forecast needs to be done. And not only this, there are a number of factors affecting human resource planning, such as natural employee attrition, layoff, or likely vacancies, retirements, promotions. These are some factors which might affect. But above all of this, you will need to understand the goals of the organization. Are you entering a new market, launching new product or service, expanding into new areas? These are all the main goals of the organization. And forecasting HR demand is a complex task which is based on various dynamics and which has to be done because it is the most important step of the human resource planning. Then step 3, identifying human resource gaps, HR gaps. An effective HR plan walks the fine line between supply and demand. An effective plan would work on the line which is between demand and supply कि इतनी demand है and this much supply is required. So human resource plan works in between it so that neither we fall short of the manpower or nor we are having surplus of it. So by assessing the current HR capacity and projecting future requirements, first step we assess the current capacity, second step we project, we forecast the future requirement. By doing these things you should have a clear picture of any gaps that exist कि दोनों के बीच में अगर still there is some gap left, then using your HR forecast you can better judge if there will be a skill gap. So by doing forecast again we can judge that maybe some point or some area is left out where still there is a gap, or maybe where still a new recruitment is likely to be done. So we will do that. Like for example, should you skill up existing employees or recruit? For example, you might get confused at times that yes, a new technology has come up, but maybe we might have a chance कि हमारे जो existing employees हैं हम उन्हीं को training provide करा दें and we skill them up, or we recruit employees who are already qualified in a specific area. So these are kind of gaps, or these are kind of confusion that might arise up. And for this, we need to carry on the human resource forecasting process. We need to forecast from beforehand that what would be more profitable for the firm, and whichever thing is profitable for the firm will carry on that step only. Next step, that is the last step, step 4. Integrate the plan with your organization's overall strategy. Last step is after you assessed your current human resource capacity. Once we have assessed the current capacity, we have projected future human resource demand, and we have identified the gaps. That means step 1, 2, 3 when they have been done. The final step is to integrate your human resource plan with your organizational strategy. We need to integrate them. We need to connect them. Human resource plan and organizational strategy, that what are the goals of the organization that needs to be fulfilled. We need to integrate both of them. Why? So that we can fulfill our organizational goals effectively. Or on a practical level, you will need a dedicated budget also for human resource recruiting, training or redundancies, and you will also need management buy-in across the business. So everything is required to carry on all the steps of the human resource planning process. Not only that, some kind of cooperation and finances are also required in order to implement the human resource plan, and a collaborative approach from all departments from the organization is required to put that plan into practice. So everything needs to work on smoothly according to HR planning. So these were the steps that we studied. Not only this, there are some issues also or problems also which are faced in human resource planning process. Let's see those problems. There are the main problems which we face are inaccuracy, uncertainties, numbers game, lack of purpose, and time and expenses. Now when we talk about the first one, inaccuracy, human resource planning involves, as we studied, it involves forecasting the demand for and supply of human resources. Projecting manpower, when we project manpower needs over a period of time, when we forecast, when we plan for future, it is quite risky. It is not possible to track the current and future trends correctly. We can only plan, but can we know the exact requirement? No. So it is a risky process because things can go inaccurate. And when we convert them into meaningful action guidelines, it becomes risky that maybe we have thought that we would require 10 more new people. But when actually we saw the present scenario, or when we actually saw the present scenario which turned up after a month, only 5 were required. That means things can be inaccurate, and this inaccuracy is a problem which is faced in human resource planning. Uncertainties. Again, uncertainties can turn up anywhere. Technological changes and market fluctuations are uncertainties. Anytime market can fluctuate, anytime new technologies can come up. So it is an uncertainty which again serves as constraints to human resource planning, because maybe we have made our plan but suddenly something happened in the market or market fluctuated. So we need to deal with it. That's an uncertain. For example, let's say the present scenario. everybody, let's take an example. Maybe the people who are dealing in electronic gadgets, say, let's say air conditioners or refrigerators or maybe coolers. So they are the ones, whose season is at peak in the summertime. Now, if we see the present situation, where India is facing, the whole world, in fact, not only India, is facing a lockdown due to COVID-19. So an uncertainty has suddenly come up that they all would have planned in January only, that because planning is done already in advance. So they would have planned how they will keep up, how they will keep their stock, how they will sell their products, how they'll do marketing, everything they would have planned beforehand. And nobody was aware about this situation which has come up now, that we will be stuck up in our homes. So this is an uncertainty which has turned up. So it is very risky to depend upon general estimates of manpower. Similarly, in the case of manpower also, it's very risky to depend upon general estimates of manpower in the face of rapid changes in the environment. Because environment keeps on rapidly changing and changes come up and they bring risk along with them. Third one, number game. In some companies, human resource planning is used as a number game. There is too much focus on the quantitative aspect. That means the main focus is done on quantitative aspect, that how many people are required, so that to ensure the flow of people in and out of the organization. So main aspect is we plan that how many people would be leaving or maybe how many would be required to bring new people in the organization. Now such an exclusive focus overtakes the more important dimension, that is the quality of human resource. So when we focus more on quantity, the main important aspect, that quality, that the human resource who is being hired in the organization should be technically skilled, should be very much skilled, should be apt for the organization. So that aspect is somewhere or the other neglected. Then, lack of purpose. Managers and human resource specialists do not fully understand human resource planning process and lack a strong sense of purpose. That is, they do not try to fully focus on the process and the purpose for which people are likely to be hired. That purpose is lagged and that is neglected. So that is again a problem which is faced in the process. Last one, time and expenses. Now manpower planning is a time consuming process and expensive also, because a good number of processes need to be carried out for planning and then hiring the people. So a good deal of time and cost are involved in data collection and forecasting, which is again an issue that arises in human resource planning, because we need to invest money. Organization need to invest money to forecast for the planning of its human resources. So this was the concept that we were supposed to cover today, children. Let's see some questions that you have to do for this concept. Define HR planning and state its features. Explain in detail the importance of human resource planning. What are the steps involved in the process of human resource planning? State the problems in human resource planning. Children, we'll continue with another lecture of Unit 2. We're done for today. Thank you.